What up, this B-boy Reg?
I'm DJ Butter, y'all. What up, though?
What up, though? What up, though? Mr.
What up?
Cliffnote.
Yeah, we funky fresh in the flesh right now. Podcast. We live with Cliff Notes. My
Yeah,
man's right here. Yeah, what up, though, Cliff?
good, good. How y'all doing?
All
Doing
right, man.
great.
We want to know if you can start it off with a Stevie Wonder impression for us, man.
I
That's
ain't got the
fucking.
sunglasses, but I gotta have
That's,
the whole thing together, man.
that's fucking with you, Cliff.
I ain't
Hey, don't
prepared.
be talking about Stevie, man. Don't be talking about Stevie.
Hey, I fuck with Stevie, but
Right.
you can't feel like you don't be doing that now.
Hey, that Halloween stuff still have me laughing, man. Hey, for
That's funny.
real.
Appreciate it, man.
We
Yeah,
gonna put that picture on the video too.
yeah, that was
that,
funny. Funny,
yeah.
man. First thing I thought about was Eddie Murphy, man, when they used to get on him by talking about
When
Stevie.
Eddie Murphy killed that shit. I couldn't do it that good. I just happened to. I think I might have looked more like Stevie though.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Hey, talk about your art influences and your music influence. You know, where did that come from, Cliff?
Shit. Art. Well, my visual art influence came a lot from comic books and cartoons. I grew up only child. The TV damn near raised me. You know what I'm saying? So I watched a shitload of He-Man, Hanna-Barbera cartoons, G.I. Joe, Transformers, all that shit, comic books. I was more into the obscure Spawn, uh, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of not so much the Avengers and Supermans and all that, but more the low key shit.
Okay.
Can you cuss on her?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
Okay,
ahead.
okay, yeah, yeah. As
Fuck.
far as my musical, yeah, I'm like, damn, I
The
just
hip
flip
hop
on the
code.
head. Yeah, I ain't even asked that. Okay, yeah, but no, as far as the music influences, I would say early on, my pops used to listen to a lot of Run DMC, Houdini, you know what I'm saying, Curtis Blow. As a little kid, I'm talking about like this early. I'm like 4 years old, you know what I'm saying, knowing all the words to this shit. So that's definitely a large part of why I started. I wrote my first rap at like 6. So I got serious about recording when Crisscross was, came out because I'm the same age. I'm like, these niggas the same age as me. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I could do that, and I'm writing my own shit. I've been doing my own shit for 6 years at this
Right.
point. You know what I'm saying? I'm nigga 12. So I started recording at 16, and first dude that I was getting beats from was my man's Darnell Murphy, and I recorded at Slick Tracks. My man's AK actually engineered the session, and
Shout
it was
out
crazy
AK.
to see him in there because I didn't even know he did engineering. I knew him from my hood since I was a little kid, hooping in my backyard and shit. I knew he rapped, but I didn't know he did, engineering, production, and all that shit. So, but as far as influence, I liked a lot of Wu Tang, Nas, uh, Ghetto Boys, NWA, Black Sheep for sure. Like Black Sheep in middle school, like I was memorizing they shit, acting like it was my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you wasn't going around the middle school singing that "fuck you" song they had, was you?
So I swear to God, I was. Yes, I was. And then it was a freestyle that they had on there called the Blunted 10. And
Yeah.
it was the school dance. They letting cats get on the microphone and spit. I start rapping that shit, trying to act like I'm freestyling. Man, they booed the shit out of me after that. Dog. I was like, man, from now on, I'm writing my own shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that created the monster we know today as Mr. Cliffnote.
No. Hey, you got a song out. I can't think of the name. It was just on YouTube. I had just checked it out, but it's like right in pocket. And I was telling Butter, I was like, man, I don't know if you're familiar with Chicago stepping. It's like it's a partner dance, like how Detroit is ballroom.
Oh, you talking about my joint When We're Together.
Together with
Yeah,
Dez,
yeah.
with DJ
Yeah.
So
Dez. Yeah.
if you ever in the dance community, like some of the ballroom stepping spots, you should definitely try to get that joint played there. Because
Straight
once
up.
they get a hold to a song, man, they be playing that shit forever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Okay.
saying? And
Oh shit. Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got
Somebody else suggested that too. I'm gonna get on that for sure.
yeah,
'Cause-
yeah.
yeah,
So we'll
okay, yeah.
link up. I'll introduce you to some DJs and stuff like that as well too.
Yeah, I appreciate it. For sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what Rez do. He ballroom dance, the
Yeah.
flower, everything. You know.
Yeah,
So
I
my
can't windmill. I can't windmill no more. I'm about to be 50. I got to get out there and throw my lady around. So I
Gay
heard that
tonight.
song. I was like, all right,
yeah. My wife peoples be ballrooming.
that's what's
I'm
up.
gonna definitely get with them, see if I get that shit some airplay in the ballrooms.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey
Sure.
Cliff, talk about your battle times at Proof's Iron Fist label, man. Up in the
Yeah,
office with Big Proof, man. Was
man.
y'all on there betting and stuff? What y'all was doing?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And that's really what brought me into it, because I ain't gonna lie, I was going as a spectator. I was going just watching the battles and betting. And I was, I'm winning every time I bet. You know what I'm saying? One time it was a tie. So I didn't, nobody won. But I'm winning every time I'm betting. But I'm not really noticing. Because, I'm not trying to ruffle no feathers purposely. I'm just betting on the nigga I think gonna win and shit. But I'm
Right.
not noticing that every time I do that, I'm betting against
You
Iron Fist
ruffling.
niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm every time I bet, and it's not part because I fucks with all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But every time it came down to betting, they was going against somebody who I thought was gonna win. So after I think the third time, it was the last time it happened was when I think T Flame was battling Quest McCody for the first time,
Mhm.
and I was like, all right, I got my money on Quest, and that nigga famous, he ain't like that shit. He like, hey man, you betting against my clique every month, man. Why don't you battle me next month then for $1,000? Now,
Wow.
mind you, he didn't call me out in a small room with like 100 people in there. Everybody didn't heard that shit.
Right.
I can't turn the battle down. You know what I'm saying? I'm be looked at like a
Right.
bitch. So I'm like, look, hell yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Right.
All right, so bet. So we got it locked in. The battle was going down, and I'm 2 weeks into it. I got my all 3 rounds prepared, ready. I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to cook this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he called me and he like, hey man, what's up? I'm just calling to make sure that we still on for the battle and all that. I'm like, hell yeah. He like, yeah, I'm just making sure we still betting for 1,000. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, for sure. You want to up it? We could bet, because mind you, at this point, I had got a big job order, so I had the money, and my verses is locked in. So I'm like, hell yeah, you want to up the bet? We could up it if you want to. He like, nah, man, I'm just making sure it's still at 1,000. I don't want to be all schmill. You say smell or shit. So I'm like, all right, bet. So right after I get off the phone with him, my mom's called me, and she like, somebody call here named Famous looking for you. I'm like, yeah, I just talked to him. She like, yeah, but he called back here. Want to know who I was. I was like, what?
What?
I'm like, okay, all right, fuck this. The battle was off. We gonna have to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going around. I'm telling niggas what happened. They like, nah, dog, don't take it there, man. Take your energy out on them in the battle, dog. You already got bread up, man. Just use that frustration in the battle. Because if you take it there, it would have just went somewhere. It wouldn't have looked good for the community. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm like, all right, bet. But what I'm gonna say in this battle, he's gonna want to fight. So I'm not gonna have my glasses on. And all my boys, I'm gonna need y'all to be on deck. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to fight firstborn. That's a big motherfucker. So, so the battle go down, and you know what I'm saying. I wound up winning the battle and shit. But the funny thing is, the day of that battle, I was airbrushing at Fairlane, and it was these 2 little kids. They came in my store, and it wasn't my store. I'm working for the Pakistanis and shit, but I felt like it was my shit. But anyway, these 2
That's how they
kids,
make you feel.
yeah, it's like it's both ours, but just they paid the rent. but anyway, it's these 2 kids that come into the store battling each other, and I'm like, damn, these niggas dope. One of them especially, I'm like, damn, what's your name, dog? He like MVP. I'm like, man, listen, I'm in this. You would kill a lot of grown niggas on this battle shit. I'm in this battle shit tonight at the Michigan building. The Iron Fist offices come up there, and if somebody don't show up, you might be able to get in on the battle and shit. He like bet. He came up there, and that's how he wound up meeting the whole battle rap community. All that. That was Calico. He later changed the name from MVP to Calico. And the dude he was battling him in my store was Clean Paper. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. If I'd have known what it was gonna be, I'd have broke a camera out. You
Right.
know? But yeah,
Damn.
that as far as in the Iron Fist offices, that was the only battle I had in there. But that it was definitely a epic moment.
Super epic, man. Yeah,
Damn, that's classic right there.
Yeah.
Child Clean Paper, drag queen. Yeah, that's dope.
Hey Cliff, talk about some of the album covers you designed in the game. You know.
Let's see. I did the rock climbing with you and
Bodie
Bodie James.
James. Yeah.
I did the Jerry Earth's album cover for the last project she dropped, Mother Tongue. I did the Promatic album cover for Proof and Dogmatic. I did a cover for King Gordy called Cobain's Diary. That shit. It was Kurt Cobain was slumped over on the table with his head, the brains blown out with a diary thing. Yeah, and who else? I did what's Lakia? I forget her music name. Lakia, god damn it. She gonna be so mad. But she's dope. She's very dope. Lakia, she's she sing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I see her on the internet all the time.
Yeah. I did her album cover. Who else? Wesley Valentine. That one that you had me do for him.
Right. That's coming soon.
There's so many of them, man. I'm just drawing a blank.
You did some stuff for Fat Ray.
Oh yeah, for sure. I did the Perseus album cover for Fat Ray.
I got it on now. I think.
Yeah, yep. I did that. Who else? Oh, Valid. I did a lot of covers for Valid.
Okay.
The Plum Brandy cover. He had a single where he had a joint with Guilty Simpson. DJ Los was on the cuts. Aztec the Barfly was on it. And I think what's dude's name? Damn. I forgot who did the beat, but it's a white dude. He fired up. Oh, I did a Bang Belushi album cover for the what was the name of that album? It was like the what was that movie with Jim Belushi? And it was like they was in this house. It was like
the frat
Animal,
movie.
Animal House. Yeah. I made it look like the Animal House movie cover. Yeah, good looking.
No.
Who else?
Man, you designed the art on my mama's grave site too, man. So I want to let people know that too, man. Yeah.
Oh, rest in peace.
Right.
So
peace to your mom too.
We talked about the new single you got, and you got a video to that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Shot by Diego Cruz.
All right.
Produced by DJ Dez.
Okay, that's who did the production.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the album is out now.
So the album is Note to Self. It's on all streaming platforms. Mr. Cliffnote, Note to Self, and I got production on there from a lot of production from Crate Digger, DJ Dez, Crate Digger, DJ Dez, Merch Music. He did a joint called Live On that I got. Pierre Anthony is featured on. Super dope. Who else? Crate Digger does. Oh, a dude named Reed. He did the beat for the Hello Nurse video. I got a animated video that I got out too.
Okay. Reed animated the video.
Yeah.
Let people know that. When y'all looking for animation, hit Cliffnote.
But yeah, I got an animated video out called Hello Nurse. My first video that I animated was Soul of a Nerd. And that's, it's a little more sketchy, but I put a lot into it. It still came out dope. But Hello Nurse is a lot more polished. It's in color, inked, all that. So definitely took a long ass time to do it, but it came out dope.
What you the first MC with your own comic book, ain't you?
That I know of, that was as far as one that actually did the comic book. Cause De La Soul, they had the comic book in the one of
Yeah,
their covers. I think Snoop had one. Uh
And the album covers.
yeah, in the covers,
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, no, I actually had the full comic book that came with the album.
yeah.
So I don't know. I might be the first to do that. As far as I know, I'm probably the first to do that and actually be the one that did the comic book. But
right.
there's a couple other dudes that did comic books too. I don't know if they did it first though.
Hey, you got other than the album covers, you got some art that you did. You got any like who were some of your customers that brought some of your artwork?
Man, I done did shit for Anthony Hamilton, Keisha Cole, of course Proof, Derek Coleman, Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
Um, who else I do something for? Uh, those are the most notable people. Then all the local cats, Vezo. Um,
Did DMX do? So you do something with
oh yeah,
DMX?
DMX. Yep,
Yeah,
DMX.
yeah, yeah.
I had DMX phone number. Like I was cool with DMX. Like that shit, that was fucked up when he died. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah,
Man,
DMX. As far, I mean, then you got the stuff where sometimes in your younger years, trying to get your name out, you do shit for people for free. I don't really count that stuff because anybody can give something away to somebody, but
Right.
I've given stuff away to some dope people too, though.
Right.
But yeah, that don't really count.
man, talk about that mural you had in Northland, and what was it like at the time? Northland running a business with your mom, man. That was real cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
so Northland was a crazy time for me because I started working there fresh after quitting my telemarketing job. I had been telemarketing for like a few years. And then like finally on the last day of me being there, I quit because I had a big mural job to do. And I'm sitting here slowing up on the $2,000 job to work this weekly job. I'm trying to make $300 a week if I hit quota. Didn't make sense. So I quit, started doing I cashed out my 401k, and saved up some money for a little bit and opened my store in Northland. So when I opened my store in Northland, a lot of people think like, damn, Cliff balling, he doing good. That was all the fuck I had. I was broke
Right.
as hell after that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if that shit didn't work, I don't know what the fuck I would have did, but it worked. I did good work. You know what I'm saying? I had a good clientele. Started off at a kiosk, wound up moving into a storefront. Once I had the store, the rent was like, I think they wanted like 1,200 a month. So I'm paying it at first, but I'm looking around and it's like the mall is halfway vacant. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's people in there panhandling all day, probably making the same amount of money as me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just had a big list of complaints. And I went down to the mall management and I was like, look, I don't see myself continuing to pay this amount of rent here. And the amount of vacancies that y'all have in this mall, I don't think you can afford for me to leave because I'm a lot of the reason why people was coming for the airbrushing. So we're going to have to work something out because right now it's not making sense.
Right.
They like, so what do you suggest? So I start giving them ideas. I'm like, well, one thing, Halloween come around, y'all could start doing trick or treat. Each store has some candy, and his kids don't have to be outside. They go to each store trick or treating in a safe environment. They're like, oh, that's a good idea. They wound up running with that. So then I'm like, okay, they're running with my ideas. Let me try this one out. I'm like, listen, I got one for you. How about? I'm like, I'm a mural artist, done a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, y'all should let me do a mural on the wall out in the hallway because it was a mural out there anyway, and it was done by another artist. And I ain't gonna lie, it was fucked up. And by my store being so close to that mural, people like, hey, how much you charge to do such and such? I gave them a price like, you ain't do that shit out there, did you? So I'm like, I gotta paint over that shit. So people start, questioning my price. So they let me I give them the idea to do the Motown mural. They like, all right, bet. So I did it. And like, before I'm even done with it, it's like they notice traffic picking up in the mall a little bit. It's like schools was having field trips to come out there and just look at the mural and just leave right after that. So when it came to time to pay the rent again, I went down there like, look, listen, I don't know if you noticed, but traffic done picked up in the mall a little bit. It's people coming here strictly to see that mural and leaving. So imagine if y'all had these murals throughout the whole mall. People would have to walk through the whole mall and wind up shopping in the process because they gonna pass all these stores, you know what I'm saying? They like, okay, that's a good idea. So if you do the murals for free, we'll let you, work here rent free. So for the last couple years in Northland, I was in that boy rent free. I ain't tell nobody that because I ain't want none of the other patrons hating on the
nigga. Hey, you really shut the mall down.
Hey, literally, I was literally the last business in there open. And when I say literally, I'm talking about everybody had cleared they shit out, moved all of their fixtures and all of that. The last, they about to shut the mall down. I'm still in there finishing orders and shit.
Damn.
Like, they damn near fined me, like, dog, you can't still be here.
Right.
Man, shout out your business, man. How can they get what you was
So,
from me?
Yeah, the business is Aired Out Customs. It's been that since I opened my store in Northland. I'm currently in downtown Detroit, the Mount Elliott Park area. You can reach me at 313-995-3273. My Instagram is Mr. Cliffnote. That's MrCliffnote. That's the Instagram where I have all of my artwork. Then I also have a music Instagram. It's Mr. Cliffnote Music. So Mr. Cliffnote Music. So then I got the comedy, Cliffnote's Raunchy Comedy House. Y'all could look that up if you want to see some tasteless raunchy comedy.
You still doing
we
the
gotta
comedy?
check that out.
Yeah. The Cliffnote's Raunchy Comedy House is extremely tasteless and raunchy comedy. So don't go on there and start trying to cancel me for some shit I said or none of that. I'm telling you, it is tasteless. I'm not trying to be a role model or nothing on my comedy page.
When is your next comedy show, Cliff?
Man, I don't have nothing scheduled, so I was thinking about getting back here on the open mics because after when I had a big show planned out and Foolish was gonna headline it, Comic J Will, Bobo Lamb, me, and Fat Father. You know what I'm saying? And the mayor of Southfield was gonna let us hold the show in the municipal building, held 300 people. We had the whole thing set up, paid, the deposits to lock down the acts and all that. Then the world shut down.
Right.
So
Damn.
I ain't did no comedy since. Well, no, I did one comedy set since then. It was like right after everything opened up, and it was still kind of weird. Like, everybody's still masked up and scared. They got little microphone condoms on the microphone and shit. I'm like, man, I'll wait. Fuck
you
this.
Can't see people laughing shit behind the mask.
I'll wait. Then I tried doing the online comedy shit, and then I'm sitting there. It's like the feeling of bombing when you tell a joke and it's nothing but silence. You got to sit there and wait for the laugh emojis to pop up to know you ain't fucking up. Like, this thing, I can't do this neither. So I left it alone, man. I might get back out there in a couple weeks though. I keep saying that, but seriously, like, I'm gonna get back out there in a couple because I still been writing. I just haven't been getting on stage.
That's dope. We need that type of comedy though to keep people on the edge. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I'll talk my shit.
Yeah, that's dope. Hey, you what you got coming up next? So you got the album out. You got any are you doing like any I can't even think of them. Like art exhibits or anything like
Pop
that.
ups.
Yeah.
So I got a character. I actually was planning on doing an art exhibit for a character I got called Curly Moon. Been doing a bunch of paintings of this black woman with big glasses and big curly hair, and for some reason she became real popular among the Jewish community. So it was Interstate
Wow.
Gallery 1X Run told me that if I was able to get 12 of those paintings done, they would do a gallery show and I can, have all the paintings in there, sell them. And of course, you split that with them and all that. But every time I got one done, it would be sold before I finished it. So
Right.
I, the plan to do that keeps getting postponed by people buying the paintings that I'm trying to have for the gallery. But I
Right.
really don't mind selling them rather than doing the gallery show because that way I ain't got to get no cut up. So
Right. So wait a
yeah,
minute. So the character is a black girl. What you said with like curly hair
yeah.
and
Let me
your
see if
biggest.
I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of it real quick.
All right. That's interesting. That's dope. So yeah, we got to check out one of the comedy shows, Butter.
Yeah, Cliff
Go
is
out there,
hilarious, man.
have funky fresh comedy night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
that'd be
go.
dope.
So this one of the prints right here, the character.
Wow.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's a spinoff. It's a spinoff for your mom, all right, ain't it?
Yeah. So, and the thing is, when I first started drawing the character, I'm just doing a lot of shit after my mom died, just to keep my mind occupied and not think about that shit. And
Right.
I'm just doodling and drawing, and I started drawing this girl with these big glasses a lot. Give me 1 second, my bad.
We'll do a funky fresh comedy show, and
Yeah,
we can.
doodling and drawing this lady with these big glasses a lot. And one day I just was like, let me draw my mama too, just make a cartoon version of her. And when I drew her, it was the same damn picture. So I'm like, damn, all this time I've been drawing my mama and didn't even realize it. But I was drawing her, combining her with other women in my life that basically a combination of all the women that I've loved at some point is in that character, but mostly my mama. Like that's why the big glasses, because my mama used to wear those.
The gazelles.
Yep.
Sweet.
Hey, tell us something, man. Do you really think Jay-Z trying to look like Basquiat?
Man, I didn't think that. And then somebody showed me a picture where it was like, oh, this shit was crazy. Jay-Z had on a shirt.
Yeah, that Simpson looking shirt where he before he had the dress, but he had the it's like somebody was like he predicted the future or something.
That was crazy. That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like that had me like, I don't know.
Hey, you had Stevie Wonder mustache perfect, fella.
Dog, I had that boy drunk for like 2 months. I was already feeling buzzed. That shit was. I don't know how they let this shit grow like that in the 80s.
That's hilarious.
Right.
I was always looking like Police Academy.
Right. I'll be doing the Stevie Wonder impression too. See my hairline?
Oh shit! Hey, mine out of there. Mine out of there too. We in the same boat with that.
Right. Hey, give us some words for the community, man. We at the age of creating another Cliffnote, creating another B-Boy Reg, creating another DJ Butter, man.
I'm 101, man. There ain't no more of me.
For the young and the old, man, give us some inspirational words, man. You've been running your own business, taking care of your children, your child, and teaching her how to run a business.
Man, it's a lot I could say, man. One thing I would say is one of the most valuable lessons that I learned in life is nobody gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a fuck. So you have to make what you want to happen. You know what I'm saying? People be whining about their dreams not coming true and why so-and-so ain't looking out for me. It's because they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, how hungry you are. You know what you got to do to get shit done. Everybody else got their own shit going on. So you got to do you and somehow work it in with everybody else's program for support. You know what I'm saying? But you can't count on that. You know what I'm saying? So
Totally.
you gotta do you. Keep doing whatever you're doing if you're getting positive results out of what you're doing. But if you're doing it and people keep telling that you whack, Cannabis had a line that I think should be like in like a hip hop Bible or some shit. Like it should be like standard for everybody to know this shit. In fact, perhaps you should quit rap instead of always trying to dish back if people keep telling you that your shit's whack. You know what I'm saying? So people keep telling you that your shit's whack. Stop it. Just stop. Just, they're not hating. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not lying to you. Um, when I don't know. So you said just say something positive. I could talk here for another hour thinking of positive shit to say. But shit, I mean,
Hey,
but I mean, any
when you do your next comedy show, I got some rappers I'm gonna invite and let them spit. You gonna see something real funny there. You know, this is
hey
funny.
man, I ain't gonna get to naming no names, but shit, I could definitely go on iTunes and pick more than a few.
Hey, but real quick, touching back on just the artwork itself, it's a lot of like young kids, like teenagers that's drawing and everything. You mentioned something very important. You said you gave away a lot of art early on, right? Before
Hmm.
you start selling art.
Yes,
How
sir.
important is that? Did you just chalk it up as like this is sort of like promotion, or did you give away certain pieces to certain people? Like
Well,
you didn't
that
just
was
give it to anybody, did you?
I was giving it to certain people. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like I used to. It's a dude named Felly who ran a shop on 6 Mile called Another Level. He's really who taught me how to be sweet with airbrushing. Like I did a lot in my basement, picked up on my own. But as far as getting dope and the tricks of the trade, I learned from Felly. And
Okay.
I remember we was on the same block as Chauncey's Records. Y'all remember Chauncey's on 6 Mile
Yeah.
and Evergreen?
Yeah.
So one day TLC was up there. You know what I'm saying? And one of the artists that worked in the store with us had did a jacket with TLC on. No, I'm sorry. TLC wasn't at Chauncey's. Outcast was at Chauncey's. You know what I'm saying? And the artist had did a jacket with TLC. So he, in his mind, he like, you know, they're on the same label. At some point, they're going to see TLC. So maybe I can get them to give them this jacket. That was his logic. You know what I'm saying? So he all this time he spent on this sweet ass TLC jacket with all them airbrushed on it probably would have sold for like at least $1,000. He gives it to Outkast and says like, hey, y'all be around, y'all see TLC? Andre like, every once in a while. he, like, he like, hey, can you get this to them, one of them when you see them? You're like, all right. And I remember Felly, the dude that ran the shop, saying, man, that was dumb as hell. What the fuck do you think they gonna do with that? You know what I'm saying? And so that right there had me like, okay, I gotta be real strategic about who I just give shit to and make sure that it's possible that something might come out of it for me doing that. So
Right.
yeah, so when I did it, it was always like somebody who I felt like on the set of 8 Mile, I gave a painting to Eminem. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He's in my city. And the crazy thing about that shit, now this is like 2000. When did they shoot that? 2002? Something like
Two
that?
years ago. 20
Too.
Something
years
like,
ago.
yeah. So at the time, everybody don't have cell phones like that. And if you do, your service is shitty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I did this painting, gave it to Eminem. He like, you did this? I'm like, yeah. Like, dog, thank you. This shit is dope. I'm like, I appreciate it, man. All my info is on the back. You ever need something done, hit me up. I get home from the set of the movie that day. I'm living with my parents at the time. I'm like, Dad, anybody call? He's like, yeah, some white boy named Marshall called. I'm like, what happened? we got disconnected. Sound like you had a bold cell phone. I'm like, well, shit, did you get his number? Did he call back? No. Why? Who was that? I'm like, nigga, that was Eminem. I ain't heard from him since, dog. Like, fuck, I gotta get me a cell phone.
Wow. How's your pops doing? He good?
He all right. You know, older, so you know he got the older issues going on, but he hanging in there.
Man, shout out to your pops, man.
I appreciate it.
Man, we appreciate your time, Cliff, man. We
I
took
appreciate y'all having me, man. Enjoy kicking it with y'all, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt.
we got to link up, man. I follow you, but I ain't know about the comedy page. Me and my wife about to go check that out.
Yeah.
After
Now,
we
like I
dance to
said,
the song.
the comedy page, I don't have none of my stand up on there for real. There's a lot of mostly just cartoon overdubs, me saying some fucked up shit over an innocent cartoon. So,
Okay.
so it's a lot of that on there, man. Don't watch it with your kids.
All right. We're going to put that shit on the big screen. I'm going to watch it at the office.
Yeah. You know, this is not necessarily safe for work, depending on where you work at.
All right.
Word.
Get some custom kicks from you too, man. One day, man.
Yep. Let me know.
Hit up Cliff, man, for some album covers, man. A joke or two, man. A Stevie Wonder impression, man. It's my man's right there.
Yep. Mr. Cliffnote,
Right.
Get at me.
Yeah. Y'all go check out his new music too. You know.
Yep. Note to self on all streaming platforms. I'm working on another. I actually have another album done. I haven't named it yet, or none of that. But and I'm working on a project with AK and Square. It's gonna be dope. And yeah, I'm keeping it moving. Got some more videos dropping from Note to Self. And once I'm done, because the Note to Self got like 8 songs on it, and I think I got like 4 videos done. And long story short, I'm trying to make sure I get a video for every song on the project before I move to the next one. And I got 3 more joints to go. So once I do that, it's on to the next.
Man, appreciate you, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Lesson for the day, man. Y'all gotta invest in yourself, like my man, Mr. Cliff knows. Man,
Yep.
for real.
And negotiate y'all lease.
Yeah,
right.
Take notes.
Negotiate your lease.
Yeah.
Boy.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. This B-Boy Reg.
I'm DJ Butter, man. Signing off.
Mr. Cliffnote.
Yeah, peace out, y'all.
All right, salute.
All right, have a good one. Peace.
Cliff.